All right, as always, there's plenty of questions around the Blues lineup for Origin 1, and Coach Laurie Daley did his best to answer them early today.
There's still a few questions we need answered. You know, there's a sort of core group of people that we're sort of settled on. Once the team's finalised, the captaincy will be easy. Jake did a terrific job last year. While he didn't play a lot of minutes, inside the camp, coaching staff, they all spoke particularly highly of what he was able to do for a group. And then we've got other, captains within the side that have led their teams. So we'll have another number of good captaincy options. It'll be a tough decision what the combination of the halves will be, but it's a good position to be in if they're all fit and available.
Oh, exactly. Great to see him back this week, getting that one opportunity. Brian, do those injuries concern you at all?
Yeah, that's a good question because we're hoping that Zach will play this weekend, so we can have a look at Zach. Obviously, we can't watch Brian anymore, and they were two influential members of the team last year. We'll weigh that all up and see how everyone performs on the weekend.
What more does Terrell May have to do?
I think he's just got to keep playing like he has been. He's putting his best foot forward. There's no denying that. In a result like that, there's a lot of players not doing the job that's expected of them. I just want to see what they do when they're under pressure.
Well, it's a luxury of riches for Laurie Daley, or is it? This could become, well, if it's not already, a big headache for him. He's got so many decisions to make in key positions. He's got incumbents that have won the series last year. Does he stick with them? Does he go with new players? He's got their captain, Jake Trbojevic, who hasn't been in great form. Does he pick him or doesn't he? We'll start with him.
It's a good headache, Braith, but I don't think it's a migraine. In terms of Jake, I love Jake. He is an absolute lion heart of a player for Manly and has never let New South Wales down, to the point where when he's been dropped in previous series, they've had to bring him back in a rush when they lose the opening game, such as his importance to the side. I don't think you can pick him on current form. I just don't think that you can.
Okay.
I echo Jimmy's sentiments. It's spot on. The game loves Jake Trbojevic. Everybody does.
Absolutely.
But you got to pick the best team. And the best pack, unfortunately, I don't believe includes Jake in it.
Can it be the best mix of a team?
Yeah,
Not always the best players work.
Yeah.
And Braith would understand that. You can't pick all one
Team
style
of champion
player.
or a champion team. That's the dilemma that Laurie's got. They had a champion team last year. They pick a team of champions this year. Like, where's that balance? Where's that mix?
Yeah, the balance of that hard-working guy. I know that if I play, I reckon Jake's one of those players, like a Gary Larson and a Billy Moore, and you get those guys and they just embarrass you.
Nate Miles,
they just embarrass you to stay on your edge. Like, they just do everything.
Yep.
So, and it's just team first. There's nothing selfish about them, and they sort of embarrass you to keep on pushing that little bit.
Yeah.
And you don't know what it is. They don't get the raps. It's like about Wally Lewis, but Wally Lewis always thanked Gary Larson and those hard-working guys. Is he that guy for New South Wales?
big decision.
But you got Isaah Yeo.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Test captain.
They've got enough creativity in the
it's-
team too to have someone like Jake in.
Just a worker.
If he's good for the team and good for the team bus and the environment, and he leads off the field and they love him, and he's and he just gets a job done in the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then see they've got enough talent. They've got enough creativity. They've got points. It's not like they need a front rower or a lock to come out creating opportunities. You know what I mean? Just do your job. Whoever
he'll
gets
make
that.
35 tackles in the middle. He doesn't miss. He hits and sticks.
Quickly, if he's not there, who captains the team?
Isaah Yeo. He's the Australian captain.
I like Stephen Crichton. I think what he's been doing
I
for the
thought James
Bulldogs.
Tedesco was the Australian captain. He didn't pick last year.
We didn't get picked for Australia last year, right?
Didn't he? Was he injured?
Look at the Queenslander.
They picked Dylan
Just
Edwards.
asking. No, just asking. I thought he might have been
Dylan
injured.
Edwards. Do you
Thought
like
he might have
Stephen
been.
Crichton as a captain?
Yeah. Well, do you know what? Like, normally when you play, it's a toss-up, and we can talk about it. But when you're playing good sides, there's 5 captains. I mean, like every Australian team.
That's the strength of the team.
Yeah, like there's 5 club captains, and in Queensland there'll probably be 2 or 3 club captains in there, and they're all leaders.
I love Stephen Crichton. He is a good leader. Like, look at this. He's, 23? Maybe 24 this year. What he's been able to do for the Bulldogs, you look at that game on the weekend against Canberra, he was the difference. He brought them back into the game. He leads by example with his actions. He's also very vocal. He's got both, and he's a freak. Like, he's a freak of nature. I'd happily have Stephen Crichton as the captain of the Blues, happily. And he's going to be there. He's first pick for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going anywhere else.
The only question mark is the guys that captained him at Penrith, what they think. That is the only question mark about, you know, you go to another side, a bloke left, he wasn't captain, you were captain, and he's got it. That'd be it. That's the only question mark over Crichton.
All right, apparently they're...
Just stirring the pot, guys.
Yeah, good work, Woody. That was one of your best. All right, now,
How about neighbours?
Northern Eagles.
you're both
there
very
we go.
proud New South Welshmen.
Yes.
And you've demanded to put your teams up and make sure that, you know, we see who you want to pick for this year's Origin series. So, Benny, fire away, son. Who you got on the side?
I'm going to make it real easy. Real easy.
Here it is, Benny. Take us away, mate.
This is the same side that won the series last year, game 3, except for Yeo comes into the side because
Cam Murray.
Cam's out injured, and he's the only. And I'd put Young back in. He gets another chance. This is quite easily, Laurie. This is the side that won last year's State of Origin series. Why do something if it's not broken? Why test the waters? I mean, these are the players who've done the job. And that when you get a jersey, both of us have known, when you get the jersey, they promise you we'll be faithful to you.
If you
be loyal to us,
Yeah.
and that's the way it works. I mean, you can talk, and you're going to leave out Latrell Mitchell, Tom Trbojevic, Appy Coruscant, Nathan Cleary, Tedesco, the big names. You know, then you got Carraz, Burton, Sexton. All these players are playing well, sure, but mate. This is the side that won it last year, and by goodness gracious me, you don't have to work too much to get your combinations back real quick. Game 1's the shortest time to prepare, so, mate, stay strong and stick with it.
Twos, what do you got, mate?
Well, I put mine up, I think it was 3 weeks ago, but I'm a bit different to Benny. I like a change. I mean, it's New South Wales. We change things a lot. Queensland stick with their sides.
Well,
we change.
You had three props in your last
I know.
team,
I still got them on the bench. Don't worry about that. But mine's pretty steady. I think Tedesco's a must there. And again,
And you went for Coruscant.
yeah, I like his attacking phase there. I think
Both he's played hooker for New South Wales.
I think he provides an alternative option to take some pressure off the halves, Moses and Cleary. I think he'll provide a source of attack there, where the other guys are pretty straight up and down, the forwards. I think he will be the difference.
And you got Carraz as well.
Mate, Carraz is, mate, he's
really
without
good.
that, probably the form winger in the competition.
New South Wales coach Laurie Daley insists every possible Blues player still has the chance to prove themselves for selection this weekend. Daley will announce his squad for Game 1 of this year's State of Origin series on Sunday. With a number of spots still up for grabs, there's one particular position the new Blues coach will be paying extra attention to.
Oh, I think there's a number of forwards that have been discussed, and a couple of those forwards weren't in the 28-man squad that we announced in January. There's a couple of them there that have been playing really well and been heavily discussed, and they'll certainly come into the equation this weekend.
New South Wales will hold their pre-game camps in the Blue Mountains again, with Daley confirming he wasn't keen to change something that wasn't broken.